Hi everyone, welcome to my review of Bad Santa, directed by Zwigoff from 2003. So yes, we are back once again, ready to discuss another Christmas film on the channel. This time around, Bad Santa. Now this is one I've been looking forward to discussing for a while, and yeah, it's been many times that I've seen this film over the years, so I wanted to discuss this one today. Of course, there will be a spoiler warning for this discussion. If you haven't seen this film, I simply recommend seeing it first, and then come back to this video, and we can go from there. We can talk about this film in the comments, and yeah, celebrate Christmas through cinema. So yeah, with all that said, let's discuss my thoughts on this film, and yeah. This is one that I've seen from a very young age, and yeah, just have great memories attached to this. But it's the one that has definitely grown on me over the years, the last kind of 5 or 6 years that I've been rewatching this film, you know, or a bit more than that, maybe 7 or 8 years. You know, this is one that has kind of opened up to me, and you know, it's one that's become more moving, you know, the more I've kind of seen it over the years. But yeah, as we know, we have Billy Bob Thornton in the title role, playing Willie, and of course, Tony Cox as Marcus, and we have these two. This partnership, of course, over the film that we see. Obviously, they've been performing heists, you know, around the Christmas time, and having this cover as well. You know, Santa and an elf kind of get up, and yeah, obviously they've been performing these heists, and you know, the main bulk of the film is this one last time, really. They're kind of be doing, and at this mall, and in a sense, this partnership that's kind of been portrayed, you know, it's kind of gradually spiraling out of control. It's breaking down, and we have really we're witnessing the kind of the end of this dynamic, this relationship, this partnership, and one that kind of is going downhill throughout the film. And you know, kind of Tony Cox has kind of hints with his character that he's not really wanted to do this anymore. Willie, he doesn't trust him, and you know, he thinks he's kind of losing it, and you know, it's kind of a lot of foreshadowing throughout the film, and yeah, obviously Willie is spiraling out of control, you know, kind of with the alcohol and all this kind of stuff, and yeah, just obviously we're witnessing basically the final kind of remnants of this kind of partnership for one last heist, really. And at the same time, we have Brett Kelly playing Thurman Merman, you know, in the film, and he's this kid, unique kid, who kind of meets Willie at one point in the film through obviously the mall and all this with the Santa kind of get up, and then yeah, things unfold from there. You know, someone who gets bullied, and essentially Willie and him kind of form this bond, a kind of father-son-like dynamic, and over the course of the film, while you know, you've got all this breaking down of this partnership between Willie and Marcus, we have this kind of this bond that is forming and progressing throughout the film between Willie and, of course, Thurman Merman, and you know, I think that is just a really unique way in which the narrative unfolds. While we've got something, you know, kind of going downhill, we've got this kind of relationship, this kind of father-son, as I say, dynamic that's kind of forming in a really unique way, kind of unexpected way. At first, Willie's using Thurman just, you know, for the locations, obviously, and stuff, for kind of staying at his house, and you know, he does kind of get attached to this kid, and he does, in the end, you know, really care for this kid, and it's kind of something he is surprised by, you know, Billy Bob Thornton's character of Willie, and you see kind of the tears, as we know, that are kind of shed towards the end of the film, and you know, he's crying, of course, as we know, and you know, you can tell that he's kind of getting attached to the kid, and something that he didn't really think would happen, and he's really surprised by this, and it's something that's more of a human side to him after the kind of front he puts on, really, and you know, he's not obviously in a great place, and you know, this kind of something that brings, you know, this kind of sense of hope, and you know, I guess for him, purpose into his life, and it's really so well done, this, and I think the more I've watched it, the more I've kind of you know, it's kind of something I've been really moved by, this kind of aspect of the film. And I think Billy Bob Thornton's performance in this film is absolutely amazing, and you know, he's hilarious throughout. You know, this kind of dry sense of humour, and you know, kind of dark, you know, kind of humour as well, and also, you know, emotional moments towards, especially the end of the film. You know, I think he pulls this character off so well, and I think it's just a really great character study, you know, of this man who is really not in a great place. He's not happy, and you know, this kind of sense of hope that comes into his life despite, you know, the circumstances, and you know, his situation, and you know, I think that is something I really love, and you know, I just think the writing to the film, and all the supporting cast as well. John Ritter, of course, is dedicated to him, and you know, I think Bernie Mac, that kind of team up there, that kind of yeah, kind of dynamic, at least between the two of them, kind of supporting characters there, you know, I think was great, and John Ritter in this film was hilarious. Someone who kind of is on the case of both Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox, their characters, and keeps reporting back to Bernie Mac's character, and to no avail, really, at first, and you know, I think his reactions to what's going on in the film is really funny, and yeah, just really great to see John Ritter in this, and a really great performance. Bernie Mac as well, you know, just great in this film, and you know, he tried to negotiate, of course, this cut, as we know, kind of 50% kind of cut of this heist, and to kind of let them off and this kind of thing, because he he finds out, this kind of what's going on. And at the same time, we have Lauren Graham playing Sue, and this is the kind of romance that forms after the prologue of the film, and between her and Billy Bob Thornton's character of Willie, and I think once again not a typical romance, but it's done so well, and I just loved Lauren Graham in this film, and I really loved the outcome as well. We have her kind of being the kind of temporary guardian of Furman in the end, and just how that final act when it comes together, I think most of the threads really kind of wrap up so well, and we have obviously Billy Bob Thornton's character Willie kind of being shot 8 times, but actually it didn't kill him, and it's kind of narrating at the end, and the letter to Furman, and kind of thing, and it's just a great way to end the film, and really dark moments in the film, obviously really dark humour, sense of humour there, and but I think it's done so well, and just the prologue to the film, when that sets up the characters, and then Miami, and then they come back, of course, to this once again the Christmas time, and I think that's just so well done. And then the rest of the film, it really opens up, and I think it's better and better really as it goes on, and I think, as I say, the romance I love, and I just think it adds a lot of kind of charm to the film, and it's got its dark moments, it's got some brutal moments as well, and really crude moments obviously throughout the film, but I think it's a really kind of unexpected, great Christmas film, this one, and despite it not being a very typical one, I think it's actually among my favourites. It's certainly on my list of favourite Christmas films, and I think it's just so funny throughout. I think the comedy and the pairing between Tony Cox and Billy Bob Thornton is hilarious throughout, and it's really just so much fun, and also Furman Merman and Willie as well. That kind of dynamic is really funny as well as being really moving, and I think just all of the kind of dynamics, the kind of the pairings, and the kind of the chemistry as well throughout the film. The cast is just great, and I think the use of music, classical music in this film especially, is just great, and I think just the editing to this, and the way it's shot and put together, I think it's just so great. It's really cinematic, and it's got really moving moments in this, and I think it's an all-out kind of crude comedy, but it is really just a moving and uplifting Christmas film in an unexpected way. And as I say, the more I've watched it, the more I've kind of realised how much I do love this film, and I think Billy Bob Thornton is great, and Tony Cox, and just all of the cast here. Brett Kelly is great as Furman Merman, and I think even his kind of arc, his kind of own personal arc in the film, this character where he's kind of getting bullied, of course, by these guys, and just the ending to the film, the final shot, is him riding off on the bike, and his top that he's got on, and just of course reacts finally to that bully there, and kind of just stands up for himself in that sense. That is just so great, and the riding off at the end, epic moment there, and as I say, all of the threads come together so well in the final act. And it's just a hilarious film throughout. The writing, the slapstick to this, and just all of the moments with Tony Cox, and of course Billy Bob Thornton. When he's drunk, of course, and it adds so much kind of fun for the film, and just the situations that arise, all the slapstick here, and just the way the characters are written, and the performances, as I say, just so great, and very short film, and it flows really well, and I think it packs in a lot of kind of arcs, and kind of progression here, and a lot of kind of it's quite a big scope in a sense as well, with the prologue and the way the time passes in the film, and just the way the film is kind of set up, and the exposition, and the way we kind of feel these characters have been kind of doing this for many years, obviously, and it's so well done, and it's just really authentic, this film, really grounded, and it's got wacky moments, but it's for the most part just very grounded, and really something I get so invested in. I just love the characters. It's a really moving film in the end, and it's quite epic in places as well, and just a hilarious kind of Christmas film. And so overall my rating for this is a 91%. That's extremely high score from me. I love this film, and it's just among my favourite Christmas films to watch, and I've seen it many times over the years, and it's just a great film, for me, and one that I do love. As I say, the use of music, the way it's put together, this film, and just all of the characters, and all the kind of way the narrative unfolds and progresses, and just culminates in the end. I think it's just so satisfying, and all of the threads, as I say, especially with obviously Billy Bob Thornton's character of Willie, and the way obviously we do have the kind of betrayal at the end with Tony Cox's character, of Marcus, and it's something that is kind of is to be expected, because there was foreshadowing throughout the film, this kind of this moment in the final act, and still it is something that is quite shocking, and I think the way that kind of ends, but you've got a lot of hope to the film as well, and I think in the end it is a very happy ending in that sense. Obviously it's got its dark moments, its crude humour and all this kind of stuff and violent parts in the film, but it is actually, for me personally, a very uplifting kind of feel-good, and great Christmas film to watch at this time. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I love this film personally, and what do you think on this? It'd be really great to hear in the comments, obviously, your thoughts on this, your experiences with this film over the years, and how does this compare for you to different Christmas films, and what's your thoughts on this film? And Christmas fast approaching now, and of course, really enjoyed doing these videos recently, and let's discuss today this film in the comments, Bad Santa, and celebrate Christmas through cinema. So as always, take care, and thanks for watching.